Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Lars here. Today, we're going to go ahead and start with a question about Dragonair and Kimono leads. And honestly, Kimono don't really see that a lot to really form a good strategy. But here's the thing: we do see plenty of Dragonair. So let's go ahead and get it started. And here we go. Big thanks to Painkiller for asking that question. So go ahead and tank this Aqua Tail. Not going to hurt us. We're going to return it with a Stone Edge, and they have to shield here. They have no other option unless they want to say goodbye to their Dragonair. So we're bringing in Victory Bell, and they're switching to Bastiodon. This team is Dragonair, Bastiodon, and Medicham. So a little similarities between their team and our team. But here's the thing. They do have to shield, and someone else mentioned this in the chat, in the comments. And I forget their name, but go ahead, bring in Bastiodon, and Bastiodon's goal is to tank these two flamethrowers. So there's number one. Here comes number two. There we go. There it is. And now we're going to charge up that flamethrower and quick switch to Medicham. So it's Medicham v Medicham, except we have two shields. So we're looking really good right now. Go ahead, throw that Psychic. Going to charge it back up. They're going to throw an Ice Punch. Here we go. There's the Ice Punch, and then they're going to immediately throw another charge move, and we know this has to be an Ice Punch. It cannot be anything else. So here comes a Psychic back at him. Now, in hindsight, I should have just thrown a power-up punch to make him use our last shield, but you know what? It happens. Go ahead, shield this charge move, and then quick switch. As soon as we get this power-up punch off, we're going to quick switch to Bastiodon and use this flamethrower. Now, this flamethrower was intended for their Medicham, but you know what? In the end, it works out. So Bastiodon is down, as is their Dragonair, and we're going to go ahead and with their Medicham, we're just going to use this power-up punch, get one last punch off. There we go. One boop, and then two boops for Bastiodon, and it's over. That was a really close battle. Normally, it's not that close, so, it was a little intense, but, in the end, we win, and as long as we get the W, it doesn't matter, except for our heart. Our heart might pump a little bit more in those close battles. But now let's go ahead. Let's take a look at a variant. So instead of Bastiodon, they have a Galarian Stunfisk. So here we go. Dragonair. Now they end up catching our Stone Edge here, which is something I hardly ever see. But normally you won't see them switch to a, normally you won't see them switching. We'll be the one switching. So handle this like you would every single um, Galarian Stunfisk Medicham encounter. Don't shield. Just let the Earthquake hit us. There it is. Use this power-up punch, and because that Stone Edge did a little bit of damage, they're not going to get the Rock Slide off. So there we go. Dragonair's back in. They're going to get a Body Slam here, but there it is. We get one last punch. We can't get that power-up punch off, which was kind of a bummer, but it happens. So they we bring in Bastiodon, they quick switch. They know it's over. We have two shields. Their Medicham can't do anything with two shields. So next battle, they immediately switch to Lickitung. So with Lickitung, here's how we handle it. We charge up Psychic, and then we use Power Up Punch. This forces them to shield, and we want them to shield because we have to shield against Lickitung. We absolutely have to shield unless you want us to die, which we don't want that to happen. So we want them to shield as well. We're being selfish and greedy. If we have to shield, so do they. We retain the lead. Here comes Dragonite. We use their last shield. We bring in Bastiodon, and they're going to go ahead, use this superpower. And so we're going to shield this one. They switch to Medicham. We have to bring in Victory Bell, and I thought, oh, great, here we go, right? I hate losing good leads, but we end up winning because they use that Ice Punch. We're going to go ahead and use this Flamethrower. Unfortunately, they have, like I said, I'd mentioned this in a few videos before, but a lot of people are using, not a lot, but a small group of people, rather, are using Ice Punch and Power Up Punch, which is, you know, with Medicham, you're always going to be losing out on something. And yeah, and they chose lose out on Psychic. So it is what it is. So Focus Blast, we have some Registeel leads now, and I have two Registeel leads back to back, and we lose the first one, we win the second one, and we turn a bad lead into basically a 50-50 shot, right? 50-50 chance, we win the first, or lose the first, win the second, so here it is. They immediately switch to Bastiodon, so we're bringing in Medicham. Go ahead. There it is. We're going to go ahead and tank this flamethrower, or excuse me, the stone edge, and throw a stone edge. We're going to throw a psychic here. And in hindsight, it was 50-50, like I said. I wish I could have thrown the power up punch to force in the shield. And then I wasn't expecting them to throw a psychic because we have 2 shields. I was expecting them to, try to fake me out with like a power up punch or an ice punch. But it is what it is. We lose that one. Let's take a look at the exact same thing. And here we go. Next battle. Here it is, which is a Registeel. So, same thing as before. We're going to go ahead, let this one hit us. All right, throw this Leaf Tornado. And luckily, we do get the attack break, which is huge. So, Medichamp's coming in. Normally, I would use Power Up Punch, not play the mini game, and just farm it down. Because their attack is broken, we're just going to go ahead and we're going to let this one hit us. So, we have full energy, uses Power Up Punch against their Registeel. There it is. They're bringing in their Medicham, which we expected, since we literally just saw this team. Use this Psychic here. There it is. And at this point, it's pretty much over, but we're going to shield that one. We're bringing in bringing in Bastiodon rather to tank this next power-up punch. There it is. And now we are looking really, really good. So throw this flamethrower. There it is. Now we're going to go ahead, charge it on back up. They're going to try to farm us down here. Focus Blast. They don't play the mini game, but we do get this second flamethrower off, which causes and forces them to use their last shield. They realize it's over. Right after this charge move, they're going to quit. And that's that. So there's going to be one more Registeel battle, but just because you see Registeel isn't the end of the world. We quick switch to Victory Bell as soon as we see that Swampert. Normally I switch to Medicham, but decided to switch to Victory Bell this time. It is, if people notice this team a lot, it's always okay to mix it up. And yeah, nothing wrong with it. So go ahead and tank this Shadow Ball. There we go. Noctowl is down. Here comes Swampert. Going to use a Stone Edge against Swampert. There we go. We're going to bring in our Medicham now. And we're definitely going to shield this one. There's one. We're going to use this Power Up Punch. There's their shield. And then we're going to use our last shield here. There we go. And now it becomes our Medicham versus the Galarian Stunfisk, which is great news. There we go. Another Power Up Punch for them. They do shield here, but there's just not a whole lot of options that they can. Yeah, it's over. That's that. Swampert, one last Power Up Punch for it. And that's that. Into the battle. So at first I thought I was doing the Spring Cut for a minute. But yeah, Tentacruel. They use Scald. We're going to go ahead, use Stone Edge. And then go ahead and just farm this thing on down. And then they're going to switch to Umbreon. Now, this is very, very important. People have pointed this out, but I'm really, really bad at allowing free attacks, right? Letting our opponent sneak attacks in. When you have matchups, which are Medicham versus Umbreon, it's not only is it okay, but it's encouraged because we're going to win without shielding. But we want to win with as low of HP as possible. And so when you sneak those attacks in, it's just going to make our HP even lower. And the reason why we want that is because we don't want the next Pokemon to come in and farm us down. Normally it isn't Tentacruel, normally it's something else, but we want them to have less energy. So it's totally fine. Don't try to, match it up or anything. Just let them get those sneaks in when it's Medicham versus Umbreon. So next battle, we quick switch. We have a Victory Bell versus Noctowl. They say there's no way I'm going to let you get that Sludge Bomb off, which totally fine. Shadow Ball, farm it on down. The whole point of Sludge Bomb is to make Noctowl either kill us, let Bastiodon farm it down, or to kill Noctowl. We want to take away a lot of options from him. So, Flamethrower here. There's one. Here comes Medicham. Go ahead. Shield this one. Now it's Medicham versus Medicham. There are a lot of Medichams in the back, and I always prefer not to. I'd rather have that shield deficit than to have an Earthquake hit me and, be out of options. So a little bit more aggressive on this one. I do shield it expecting the psychic, and it was psychic. So we went ahead and did that. Power up punch, they do shield here. We're bringing in good old Bastiodon to get this flamethrower off. There we go. And now there's not a lot they can do. They realize it, and that's that. Here we go, on to the next one. So, go ahead, we quick switch to Victory Bell. They quick switch to Altaria, which don't really see a whole lot of. We're going to throw this Sledge Bomb. There we go. Say goodnight to Altaria. What that person was doing, they stopped attacking because they wanted us to basically, you know, they expect us to lower its HP so Bastiodon cannot come in and farm it down. But again, Sludge Bomb takes that option away from them and it forces them to either kill us outright with them having a lot of HP left or for them to die. So that's always why I love Sludge Bomb. It works for everybody but Skarmory, obviously. So here we go. Medicham, I'm going to go ahead and use his Power Up Punch. There it is. Just keep on using Power Up Punch. Number 2. And of course, it's increasing our attack. And so when we go back up against our friend, our attack's going to be boosted. There we go. Here comes another one. There it is. They are going to get another Night Slash off, but they won't be able to get another one. I'm sorry, they used Earthquake. I think at that point they realized that it was over. Let's go ahead. Let's check out the next one. Another Registeel lead. They quick switch, as we do, to Victory Bell. They choose a Bastiodon. Leaf Tornado. They shield, and they get the attack break. So that's best case scenario for us. Here comes a Flamethrower. Go ahead, let it kill us. And we're bringing in Bastiodon to do a mirror match here. Here's a Flamethrower. And then we're going to go ahead. We're going to double charge this. Well, almost double charge it. And then we're going to use our Flamethrower just as kind of a safety net. They quick switch, they catch it, and that's totally fine. Go ahead, use this Power Up Punch here. There we go. They are going to get one charge move off. We are going to shield it. Zap Cannon, it breaks our attack. That's fine. And it becomes another Medicham versus Medicham. So you can see Registeel leads are very popular, but I would say we've been winning quite a few. There we go. And now we're going to go ahead and we're going to let this one hit us. It's a Power Up Punch. They try to fake us out. We're not biting. Here comes a Power Up Punch of our own. And then that's that. Game over. We win. On to the next battle. So Dunsparce, they quick switch immediately because we quick switched obviously to Medicham. There we go. We get the Psychic off. They're going to go ahead. And I see a lot of people doing this lately where they farm us on down and use Seed Bomb. And then we're going to throw a Power Up Punch, try to bluff them, and it usually works. Okay, we're going to go ahead, and then we're going to bring in Bastiodon, and they don't get a Shadow Ball off. So it becomes Victory Bell versus Medicham. They're going to go ahead and throw this Ice Punch. Shield it. And here comes Dunsparce, and this was a very close battle. That played a huge part in it. We did get the attack break, which is huge. Now we can safely tank this Drill Run. There it is. They're going to get one last charge move off. Go ahead, shield it, and then save that charge move for Medicham. Throw this Leaf Tornado. There we go. They get the attack break. We get the attack break on them, and it's over. That's that. Check out the next one. Glaring Stunfisk lead. We switch to Victory Bell, and they switch to Noctowl. Here we go. They don't want us to get that Sludge Bomb off. Like I said before, totally fine. Bring in Bastiodon and farm it down. There we go. There's a Shadow Ball. And yeah, there it is. Go ahead. They're waiting down the clock just a little bit. Totally fine. Gonna throw this Stone Edge here. There we go. And then we're bringing in Medicham. And we're gonna shield this one. We're gonna play it very aggressively and to the point where we don't want to get, a lot of HP taken away from Medicham. Even if we have to use all our shields, which we are going to. Totally fine. Shield this Thunderbolt. And here comes Stunfisk. We're not even going to use it because they have 2 shields. No use in letting them have 2 extra attacks. Just punch the crap out of it. And we won. There it is. And now we have a good old-fashioned deoxys lead. So shield this one. Here comes Registeel. we're going to use this Leaf Tornado against Registeel. They opt not to shield. We don't get the attack break, which is never good. Zap Cannon. And then we say goodnight to Victory Bell. So I'm going to bring in Medicham here. And we're going to go ahead and say, you know what? It's fine. Let it hit us. Luckily, our attack isn't broken, which is great news. Throw this power-up punch. They're bringing in Walrein. There's one. Throw another power-up punch. There's two. They're going to get one Icicle Spear off. Go ahead. Shield this one. And then bring in Deoxys. So we're going to use this power-up punch. And our goal here is just to get it as low of health as possible. In the end, we're going to win. And yeah, this was the last video, so I want to thank you all for watching, and please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll be back tomorrow with more videos. Thanks again, everybody, and have a great rest of your night. Let's go ahead, and we'll end on a good note. There it is, and there it is. Thanks.